Yeah. And so everything that when you sign the application and say they send you to go do some medical tests and they realize that maybe your A1C was high and they decide to issue you that policy for terms other than what uh, you had applied for. So if you apply for preferred elite or preferred and they decide to give you standard instead of that, you need to sign an amendment statement. So all of those changes, modifications, amendments are part of the contract. But one thing you need to remember for the exam is that when they ask you about the entire contract, they're always looking for you to remember that the copy of your application is part of that entire contract. The copy of the application is always part of that entire contract. Grace period, you have to remember that grace period is the period after your premium was due and you haven't paid it. Then for term policies, the grace period kicks in. And you have to remember that if you are paying your premiums annually, that grace period is 30 or 31 days, depending on your state. So 30 or 31 days is your grace period. If you're paying your premiums monthly, the grace period is either 10 days or 14 days, again, depending on your state, 10 days or 14 days. Usually, they will not give you an answer that has both. So, because when they ask you, they'll ask you about the specific state. So, you see either 10 or 14. If you're paying your premiums weekly, then your grace period is 7 days. 7 days. Then here we have the concept of reinstatement. Say a policy can be restored within a specified period of time with proof of insurability. Reinstatement. Usually, when they have to reinstate your policy, which means your policy lapsed, maybe you didn't pay the premium. The insurer has a certain limited duration of time where they can reinstate that policy. The maximum I've seen is 3 years. So, but you have to do a test. So you have to prove evidence of insurability before they can reinstate that policy. Change of beneficiary. You see them throwing the terms of revocable or irrevocable. Revocable or irrevocable. You have to remember that when they talk about revocable, it means you can name that beneficiary and you can change it without the beneficiary's consent. The beneficiary usually does not have any rights while the insured is still living. Remember, the beneficiary does not have any rights while the insured is still living. The rights of the beneficiary arise only after the death of the insured. Only after the death of the insured. But if you name that beneficiary as an irrevocable beneficiary, then automatically that beneficiary has rights. You cannot revoke that policy without the consent of the irrevocable beneficiary. So the irrevocable beneficiary has to give you written consent for you to be able to revoke those rights. Also remember that once you name somebody as an irrevocable beneficiary of a policy, they can use that policy to go take a loan from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Once you name them as an irrevocable beneficiary, they can use that policy as collateral to go take a loan from the bank. Because it's guaranteed that something is going to come to them when you pass away. Or as a great man once put it, when you buy. So, so notice of claim, insured must provide insurer within reasonable notice after loss. Notice is required within 20 days. So remember, when there's a loss, you must provide the insurer within a reasonable duration of time. For some states, it's 20 days. You must tell them that you have a loss.
Mm-hmm.
It is their duty to provide you a claim form. And they must also provide you a claim form within a certain duration of time, specified period of time. They must provide you a claim form. And you must submit proof of loss. Remember, 90 days. You must provide proof of loss, or else you might jeopardize your rights to claim because of that loss. Proof of loss. Remember, the time of payment of claims is a provision that claims must be paid upon written proof of loss. So it's a provision. They will ask you about what provision. They will give you different provisions that state that claims must be paid within a certain period of time. Remember, the one that deals with them paying you the claim upon your submission of proof of loss is the time of claims provision. The payment of claims specifies to whom claims payments will be paid. Here we have the physical examination and autopsy. So it gives the insurer right to examine the insured as often as necessary while a claim is pending. The key thing to remember there is that the insurer can examine the insured as often as possible or as often as is necessary. Okay, so there's no limit. So time limit on certain defenses. Misstatements on an application cannot be used to deny a claim after the policy has been in force for 2 years. Again, you guys are abundantly apprised of the contestability period. The contestability period. Within 2 years, they can contest. After 2 years, the company cannot contest. If they haven't, say if you submitted the application again, as we know, and they haven't found anything in 2 years, if they find it after 2 years, they cannot contest that policy when there's a loss. They cannot contest that policy when there's a loss. So, very important. Very important. Okay. After 2 years, you've gotten into what they call the incontestability period. The incontestability period. After 2 years, you've gotten into the incontestability period. So, remember that. Remember that. Okay. Just give me a quick minute here. Okay. Legal action. They say insured must wait 60 days after written proof of loss before bringing legal action against the company. So if you submit proof of loss, you cannot just submit proof of loss and if they haven't paid, like in a week, you bring legal action against the company. So you have to wait 60 days. If they don't pay, then you bring a legal claim. You bring a legal claim. Misstatement of age, that's an exception of the incontestability period. Misstatement of age, let's say you misstated your age, they will not pay you the entire death benefit. They will write down the policy to what your correct age would have been. They'll write down your death benefit. It's a change of occupation. These are some things that are very essential to learn because they will throw you curveballs with this change of occupation. So if you applied for a policy and you listed the fact that you were in a certain occupation, let's say you listed the fact that you were a school teacher, and then after that you got a highly paid job with a mine, you went to work with a mine. Well, if they had known originally that you were going to be working for a mine, they probably would have charged you a higher premium. So if you change occupation and there's a loss, they will adjust your benefits to what that premium would have bought. So let's say your premium was supposed to be $1,000 and you're paying 600 because you had a previously safe profession. They will adjust your death benefit or the loss to what that lower, safer profession would have bought. So yeah. Illegal occupation, liability will be denied if injured while committing an illegal act. So that is very essential to know that for most policies, if you die or you get injured while you are committing an illegal act, they might not pay. Not that they might not pay, they will not pay. Remember the 5 elements of the contract: offer, acceptance, consideration, mental capacity, legal purpose. Legal purpose. So if you get injured or you die while you're committing an illegal act, it would have been seen as an illegal purpose. They will not pay. Okay. Insuring clause. Insuring clause is just what details the basic agreement between the insurer and the insured. You know. Okay. I'm trying to send a reminder to the forum so that people can join. So, all right. Okay. Done. So insuring clause. Free look. Now we understand what free look is. Free look is that period when they deliver your policy. So remember, free look happens upon delivery, or free look starts upon delivery. Once your policy is delivered, then the free look starts. And that's the period where you can review the policy. And if you don't like it, return it. So when you guys become agents, licensed agents, and you go there informing people about this business, they can say, how about if I don't want the policy later? How about if I don't want the policy? Well, you just have to tell them it's the law. There's a certain period of time after you've applied, after you've been approved, they deliver the policy to you, your first premium has been paid. If you don't like it, you can return it within a certain number of days, 10 days, and they will refund all your money. And during when the application is going on, you can decide to say, I don't want it, you know, and they will not charge you anything. Consideration, again, we've talked about consideration. That's what you pay of value to bind the contract. Probationary period. Probationary period. There's a trick to understand the difference between probationary period and elimination period. Probationary period and elimination period. My mnemonic device that I use for remembering the difference is P and P. When you get to probationary period, just remember P and P. What does the first P stand for? Probationary. What does the second P stands for? Policy. You remember that, you will not miss this. So probationary period is the period that has to be covered when the policy starts for coverage to go into effect. Probationary period is the period when the policy, it's about the policy. That's why I say P and P. Probationary period is the period when the policy starts. How about elimination period? Elimination period is the period when an incident occurs. So when we talk about elimination period, we're talking about an incident. An incident. Elimination period, we're talking about an incident. So when you hear they're talking about when the period when a policy starts that must lapse or must elapse or is a waiting period before coverage can go into effect, they're talking about the probationary period. When they are talking about periods when you already have the policy, but when an incident occurs, the period that you must wait before the benefits for that incident kick in, they're talking about the elimination period. Let's try to read it. So usually in a disability income policy, a period of days that must pass after the onset of an illness or occurrence of an accident before benefits will be payable. So they're talking about an incident, an illness. They're not talking about the policy. They're talking about an incident. Waiver of premium. Remember, there's always a slight difference, not just a slight difference between waiver of premium and payer benefit. These are all riders. These are all riders, provisions, waiver of premium and payer benefit. I used to get confused between these two. I've had to drill it into my head somehow. When they're talking about a waiver of premium, they're talking about the insured, who is the owner, gets disabled. And then the company, the insurer or the insurance company will take over the premiums because the insured, who is the payer and the owner, is disabled. So it benefits the person who owns the policy and who is the insured. Waiver of premium. Payer benefit, just remember, is benefiting somebody else. Payer benefit rider is benefiting somebody else. For example, if the owner and the payer insures their family member and the insured becomes disabled, then the one who is covered or the one who is insured, the insurance company will take over paying the premiums. But remember also, you'll see this in the exam, they'll trick you. Remember that they have to wait for 6 months. So if you become disabled, you still have to continue paying for 6 months. And after 6 months, if you're still disabled, then guess what? The insurance company will take over. Remember, all of these are around the concepts of short-term and long-term disability. Because if you have a job and you become disabled, guess what? Your short-term disability with the company kicks in. So you're still able to pay for that policy due to your short-term disability. And long-term disability, so they are thinking of 6 months. If after those 6 months, you're still disabled, then your provisions will kick in and the insurance company will take over the payments. Pre-existing conditions. So just say if you have a policy, it does not apply to prior conditions. If you already had a condition, it doesn't apply. Recurrent disability, this one is tricky. Pay attention. Recurrent disability specifies a period of time that must lapse between two illnesses in order for a new set of benefits to be available. So if you have a first illness, you have a disability, that policy pays with your disability. There's a waiting period that must lapse between the two illnesses before a new set of benefits become available. Deductible, a specified dollar amount the insured pays before the insurance company will pay policy benefits. So most of you guys who work for corporation, you understand this very well. When you have a policy with a corporation, usually there's a deductible. Let's say when you are during your annual enrollment period, you chose an option or a policy option that has a deductible for $4,000. Means you have to pay that $4,000 first before the company will pay the entire thing. Or after that, there might be a co-pay. You pay 20%, the company pays 80%. So they have different structured arrangements when it comes to deductibles. But they might say for your first $4,000, the company will pay 80 and you pay 20 until that 80% is fulfilled before the company starts paying 100%. So eligible expenses. specifies medical expenses covered by a health insurance plan, pre-authorization or prior period, pre-authorization or prior period, medical procedures, tests, or hospital stays for which the hospital needs to get approval from the insurer. So a lot of times when you go with certain conditions, the hospital has to call the medical provider and get approval before they can cover it. You have to do that before the incident, unless it's an emergency. That's why Obamacare came into effect. That's how Obamacare came into effect. Well, it's not directly because of that, but because Obama's mother was sick and she did not have a policy. She was dying on a hospital bed. She was trying to get coverage from the insurance companies. They would not cover her because she had pre-existing conditions. And she died because of lack of care. That's why when Obama came to office, his signature legislation was Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. And he made sure that there was a clause in the Affordable Care Act where for you to get coverage, pre-existing conditions do not count. That was the whole passion or the whole foundation where Obama got his passion to pass the Affordable Care Act. And it's been a great legislation for the United States. Even Trump tried to take it away and he couldn't. So long as they keep calling it the Affordable Care Act and not Obamacare, we are fine. Because calling it Obamacare puts his name on it. Just call it the Affordable Care Act, we're fine. During Trump's first term of office, he said he will repeal it from day one. Well, he couldn't. So, why? Because he cannot come up with something better to replace it with. So if you're from Africa, hold your head high. We've done our own bit to change the nomenclature of the United States. From a son of Africa. Usual reasonable customary charges specifies what amount the insurance company will pay for a given procedure. Usual reasonable customer. Usually when you go to the hospital, PPOs and HMOs, they already have a specific amount that they will pay for a certain procedure. If the hospital charges less, they still pay that amount. If the hospital charges more, they still pay that amount. The lifetime annual pay cost maximum benefit limit specify the largest amount the policy will pay for your lifetime, year or cost. So policies usually specify the cap, So usually when you exhaust your cap, then you can apply for Obamacare. Exclusions. When you hear about exclusions, it just specifies things that policy will not cover. Usually policy will tell you that they will not pay for losses from war, military duties, self-inflicted injuries, dental expense, cosmetic medical expense, eye refractions, or care in government facilities. Self-inflicted injuries is a big one. And for life insurance, remember for life insurance, usually if you commit suicide within 1 year, they will not cover. So if you go bite yourself within 1 year, they'll say, oh, we are not going to cover that. They don't want people to come sign a $2 million policy, go to the Brooklyn Bridge and jump from it, hoping that their family will inherit something. Usually, if you want to commit suicide and you haven't committed it within like 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, then you don't really want to commit suicide. If somebody comes to you and says, hold me or I'm going to go hang myself, know that they don't really want to hang themselves. So, all right. Riders. Remember that riders are provisions that attach to a policy. Riders are provisions that attach to a policy. In this case, we're talking about impairment riders. Eliminates coverage for specifically defined pre-existing conditions such as back injuries. They get all of this information from your attending physician statement or from the Medical Information Bureau. So if you want to insure somebody and they say, oh, I'm going to go to the hospital and consult, I've been having this back injury, say, uh-oh, you want to wait until we get this policy. You want to wait because once they go to the hospital, complain, they got a back injury and they put it in the medical information database, guess what? Insurance already said. They say, don't go to the hospital, wait. Guaranteed insurability rider. Remember, guaranteed insurability rider is all about guaranteeing that you can buy additional amounts of insurance once you have that provision, meaning you don't have to go do any medical test. Guaranteed insurability. But when you go get an additional policy, they will not quote you the rate at which they issue the current policy. It will be dependent on your attained age. How old are you at that time? How old are you at that time? And also the guaranteed insurability rider is not limitless. Remember, it is not limitless. Policy will usually have an age after that age where you cannot use that rider anymore. So it might be 45, it might be 50, it might be 60, but there's a limit. After that, you cannot use the guaranteed insurability rider anymore. So non-cancelable, insurer cannot cancel or raise premiums beyond amounts stated in the policy. Cancelable, insurer can cancel the policy at any time at the end of the policy period with proper written notice and a refund of any unearned premiums. Usually it is rare to have a policy that is cancelable at any time. Usually it is they wait until the end of the policy period and they can refuse to renew it. Guaranteed renewability, again, just like guaranteed insurability, guaranteed renewability will give them the right to renew the policy, but they can also increase the policy premium. Guaranteed renewable. Remember that if it's guaranteed renewable, they can increase the premium not on the individual, but on the class. The class can be males 41 to 46 who are in normal health. That can be a class. They have various classes where from those classes they quote the premium. So they can only increase those rates for the class. It might be females 49 to 57 who do not have any pre-existing conditions. Guaranteed renewability. All right, now we get to my favorite part, which is the chapter quiz. Favorite part, which is the chapter quiz. All right. Let me grab something from the microwave quickly. And if you have something to grab, also grab it. It's just 1 quick minute and then we get started. 1 quick minute.
Grab my water. Wanted.
All right. Testing, testing. Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Check.
Are we all back?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Question 1 of 15. Tina, you want to read that one for us?
Okay. If more than one family member covered under the same major medical policy is injured in the same accident, the family only has to pay one deductible. This is due to the elimination period, common accident provision, carry over position. I can't see the other one. Integrated deduction. Ah, well, I would say common accident, but I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I haven't heard the word integrated deductible. Okay, maybe it's D.
Okay. So,
Maybe it's D.
so an interesting thing is, well, let's go with process of elimination here. Which two answers do we want to eliminate?
A.
Oh, eliminate
A is out.
C.
Okay, we'll eliminate C.
C.
And A.
And A. Okay.
I don't know if I'll eliminate A.
Oh, eliminate. I don't know.
It will be either D or A. I don't know. Okay, or B. Eliminate A.
All right, you guys want to eliminate A?
Yes,
That's
A
okay.
and
We
C.
eliminate
A and C.
A. Eliminate C. So
Mhm.
we're left with B and D.
Yes. Say that all. Mhm.
And B
Okay.
looks more
Yeah,
like
D.
be the answer.
Yeah, D, right?
Oh, B as a boy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You guys want B. All right.
mhm, what I
We're
thought.
learning.
We'll learn. Correct.
Okay, so I
See?
got it right.
You guys have a hard hand.
Got it right, but I don't know why I decided to check my mind. Yeah,
Common accident provision.
yes.
All right. So there's something that I thought of before you guys selected that answer. That's why I
Mhm,
did not hesitate. I've always said when you have two answers
mhm.
that are close
Yeah,
and you don't know which one is really the answer, but one of them is a rule, go for the answer that is a rule.
yeah. Common as student.
So that word provision Common accident provision tells you it is a rule.
Okay. Mhm.
Because provisions, riders are rules.
Okay.
So, very good. Tina, you want to read the explanation below?
Under the common accident provision, only one deductible applies for all family members involved in the same accident.
That's good. By the way, we know Vivian joined, so welcome, Vivian. Welcome, Foluke. Welcome, Ibukunolua. You know. Hello, Olua. Welcome and welcome, Lord.
Ìbùkún Olúwa.
Thank you for correcting me. I was counting my words. So, Miss Geraldine, you want to read this one for us?
Okay.
Mhm.
An insured pays a monthly premium of $100 for her health insurance. What will be the duration of the grace period under her policy? Monthly, 100. I would say 10 days.
Okay. Yeah, they're talking about grace period.
Yeah.
Or the key word is monthly, pays a monthly premium.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will be 10.
Correct.
10.
Weekly is 7 days and annually is 31.
Yep.
Mm.
You're right. Yep. You
The
said
grace
it all.
period, okay, the grace period is 7 days if the premium is paid weekly, 10 days if it's paid monthly, and 31 days for all other modes.
All right. Remember, we've just been taught something new there. All other modes means what? If it's quarterly, if it's bi-yearly, or if it's yearly, the grace period is 31 days.
Mm.
We learned something. So if they tell us that they pay their premium twice a year, grace period is 31 days.
Yes.
If they say they pay their period quarterly, grace period is 31 days.
Mm.
We just learned something extra there. All right. Vivian, you want to read this one for us? Is Vivian there? I think she is, if she's not distracted.
It says an insured notified the insurance company that he has become disabled. What provision states that claim must be paid immediately upon written proof of loss? A, incontestability. B, physical examination and autopsy. C, legal actions. D, time of payment of claim. I think the answer is D, time of payment of claims.
We're all acing it tonight.
Yes.
We're going to pass this exam.
Yeah.
That's right. Time of, you want to read that one for us, Vivian?
The time of payment of claims provision specifies that claims are to be paid immediately upon written proof of loss.
All right. All right, 4 of 15. Desmond, are you there?
Still here.
All right, let's go.
An insured misstated her age on an application for an individual health insurance policy. The insurance company found the mistake after the contested period has expired. The insurance company will take which of the following actions regarding any claim that has been issued? A, pay the full amount of claim because the contested period has ended. Yep, that would be the answer.
No, B will be the answer.
No, B is the answer. No.
Hold on. Let me finish
Desmond,
reading.
you're getting a challenge. Let's read all the answers.
Let's read all the answer. Adjust the claim benefits to reflect insured through age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Deny payment, deny paying a claim based on misrepresentation, deny any claim and cancel the policy. Okay, hold on. Misstatement of age. Okay. Okay. The insurance company found the mistake after the contestable period has expired. Okay. Now, here's what I'm looking at here. The question said the contestable period has expired. Doesn't that have some bearing on that?
Yes, it
True,
does.
No,
it does, but
no,
remember,
but yes, age has
Valentine
nothing.
said, oh, go ahead, Miss Tina. Go ahead.
I think go ahead, Geraldine. What I was
Yes,
trying to
there's a
say that
clause. There's a part in that clause that says the only thing that can be contested is the age.
age, yes,
The age can be contested.
at any
Everything
time.
else at any time. If they
Right.
find out 50 years later, they will go
Mhm.
back and adjust it to
Age.
fit what your age is.
Very true.
That's it.
Very true.
Yes.
Okay, this is why one doesn't have to answer the question straight after the first reading. You have to go through all of them. Okay, I learned that.
That's right.
Mhm.
So what is the answer here?
It's B.
B.
B as in boy.
Yes, sir.
B as in boy. Which is true.
True.
Yeah. Pastor Desmond, can you read that?
Okay. The misstatement of age provision says that if a client has misstated her age, whether intentional or unintentional, they will adjust the benefit being paid. It does not matter when the mistake was found out. Okay, that's what they're telling me for choosing number one.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to our new star who is with us. Miss Olua, are you there? Miss Ibo Kuno.
Okay.
Miss Ibo.
Which provisions?
Okay, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yes,
Okay.
which provision states that the insurance company may pay medical expense claims immediately? I'll read it again. Which provision states that the insurance company must pay medical expense claims immediately? A, time of payment of claims. B, payment of claims. Relation of earnings to insurance. And D, legal actions.
Which ones do we want to eliminate?
You to eliminate C and D.
D. Mhm.
Correct. Eliminate C and D.
Yes.
And so we're left with A and B.
Mhm.
That'll be must pay.
Which one do we think is the answer?
A.
A. Time of payment of claim.
All right.
Because he said immediately.
Thank you, Miss Olua Ijiola. All right. Thank you. Miss Ibokuno Lua, you haven't finished reading this.
Miss Ibokolua.
So it says the time of payment of claims provision requires that claims will be paid immediately upon receipt of proof of loss, except for periodic, which are to be paid as specified in the policy.
Excellent. Miss Olua, if you don't mind, which state are you joining from?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Joining from Atlanta, Georgia. Who is your mentor? Who brought you into the business?
Mrs. Cordelia.
Mrs. Cordelia. Wonderful, wonderful. She's a powerful leader and a powerful force in the business, so you are in great hands. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so 6 of 15 here. Lola, can you read this one for us? Okay, Lola might be a little distant from. Okay, she's
I'm
there.
here, but I
it.
was struggling with the mute button.
All right.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone.
All right.
Good evening. Welcome.
Which of the following statement is correct concerning the changing of an irrevocable beneficiary? A, the beneficiary may be changed only on the anniversary date of the policy. B, the beneficiary can be changed only within the written consent of that beneficiary.
Yes.
C, the beneficiary may be changed at any time.
No.
And D, the beneficiary can never be changed. I think with irrevocable, it needs the consent of the
Of the beneficiary.
Beneficiary.
That's B.
B.
All right. We are humming. All right. You want to read that explanation?
Once an irrevocable beneficiary is named for the policy, changes of beneficiaries require the beneficiary's written consent.
Correct. Correct. Ms. Foluke, can you read this one?
Foluke, thank you. In group health policies, a probationary period applies to employees who A, want lower premiums, B, have a pre-existing condition at the time of they join the group, C, have additional coverage through their spouse, D, join the group after the effective date.
Okay. All right. So which one do we think is the answer here?
I think
But
it's D.
definitely eliminate A and B.
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah.
So have additional coverage through.
C now, I don't know if your group coverage, you can add your spouse or something, but I'll go with,
Yes.
I'll go with D because I don't know if
I
you can
think
add
D
any
is the
family member.
answer.
Yeah.
I think D is the answer.
All right. I think you're right because
Mhm.
probationary period will usually apply. Let's say the enrollment period is from November to mid-December and you don't, and you want to enroll sometime after that, say in March, where they want to make sure that you've not gone and gotten sick and then want to come join the group policy. So let's see if we're right, and that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Ms. Foluke, you want to read the explanation?
The probationary period is a waiting period that applies to new employees who must wait a certain period of time before they can enroll in the group.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. 8 of 15. Olua, our brother from Lincoln, Nebraska. Can you read this one?
All of the following are correct about the required provisions of a health insurance policy, except A, the entire contract clause means the signed application policy, endorsement, and attachment constitute the entire contract. A reinstated policy provides immediate for a grace period 1 day is found in an annual pay policy. Proof of loss forms must be sent to the insured within 15 days of notice of claim.
All right.
I think it's B. There's no
B.
insurance that they will insure and just say, oh yeah, go tomorrow and go get care.
I think it's only, but that's all. It happens if you have an accident. For
True.
restatement, you can only
True.
get that if it is accident.
True, very
But
true.
if it's illness, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go with your answer. You guys say B.
Yes.
Let's submit. And that answer is correct. Olua Tosin, you want to read this one, the explanation?
Accidental injury is covered immediately, but to protect the insurer against adverse selection, losses resulting from sickness are covered only if the sickness occurs at least 10 days after the restatement date.
All right. Very true.
Very important.
We're developing common wisdom in this class. So 9 of 15, Miss Karen, if you are there, can you read this one? Miss Karen, if you're there, can you read this one? If not, Elizabeth, can you read this one?
Okay. The provision that provides for the sharing of expenses between the insured and the insurance company is A, co-insurance, B, stop loss, C, deductible, and D, divided costs.
Okay.
I would say co-insurance.
Okay.
That's right.
No.
I think it's
Right. That's right.
co-insurance.
Co-insurance, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we're right. That's very true. So co-insurance will affect the premium. The larger the percentage that is paid by the insured, the lower the premium will be. So
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Go ahead.
So is co-insurance the same thing as copay?
No.
No, it's not the same thing as copay. Copay is a specific amount,
Dollar amount
that you go every time you go to the hospital to consult. Copay.
Then what is deductible?
Deductible is a certain amount you must meet in your co-insurance.
Okay.
Before the insurer will kick in towards covering a larger percentage of it. So you might have a co-insurance of maybe 20/80. Where every time you go to the hospital, you pay 20%, the insurer pays 80, but you have to meet a deductible amount of $4,000 max. And after that deductible is met, then the insurance company might pay 100%. Did that make any sense?
But they're kind of like components of co-insurance, kind of. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right. Let's Desmond, can you read this one for us?
An insured is hospitalized with a back injury. Upon checking his disability income policy, he learns that he will not be eligible for benefits for at least 30 days. This indicates that his policy is written with a 30-day
elimination.
With a 30-day A, lockup period, B, elimination period, C, waiver of benefit period, D, probationary period.
All right. Which one do we think is the answer?
B.
B, elimination period.
Okay. Let's go with that. And that's correct. Pastor Desmond, can you read the explanation?
The elimination period is the time immediately following the start of a disability when benefits are not payable. This is used to reduce the cost of providing coverage and eliminates the filing of many claims.
All right. So remember again, they are talking about the incident here, the incident of this illness occurring or this back injury. Let me see what so they're talking about the incident. They're not talking about the policy. If they were talking about the policy and the waiting time after the policy is issued, that will be probationary period. But here they're talking about the waiting time after the incident, the injury occurs. We're talking about elimination period. So good case for us to put that into practice. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Vivian, you want to read this one for us?
Okay, so an insurer would like to add a provision to its individual health insurance policies. This particular provision will be consistent with uniform provisions. Which of the following is true? A, the provision does not require state approval. B, the provision will be allowed as long as it is approved by the state. C, additional provisions are not allowed by the state for health policies. I'm not seeing the D.
All right, let me scroll down.
D, the state maintains a catalog of additional provisions. Any provisions added to policies must be chosen from the pool.
All right, which one do we think is the answer here?
I think D.
D
as in David.
I think, for me, I think B.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tilting towards B more than D.
They said untrue, right? Yeah. Which one is true? The provision does not require approval. The provision will be allowed as long as it is approved by the state. Additional provisions not allowed. Policy.
I'm gonna be tempted to go with B here. Let's see if we're right or wrong.
Okay.
And that is correct.
B, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I went with B is because of this word, as long as.
Yeah.
Is approved.
As long as. That's a very heavy legal phrase. Therefore, as long as, however, those legal phrases. Therefore, however, as long as, they are indicative of an affirmative thing that is coming after those phrases or those words. As long as.
It's good to be schooled by an attorney.
Thank you, Dr. Pastor Desmond. All right. So let's read this. Let's read this explanation.
He says, insurance may add provisions to their contracts that are not in conflict with uniform provisions, as long as these provisions are approved by the state in which the policy is delivered.
Correct. All right. 12 of 15. Mr. Oluwatosin, you want to read this one for us?
Okay. Under a health insurance policy, benefits other than death benefits that have not otherwise been assigned will be paid to creditors, the beneficiary of the death benefits, the spouse of the insured, the insured.
The insured.
Last now, can we stop
Policy
there?
benefits other than health.
D.
The insured.
I'll be done.
Other than death benefits.
Think about 9
Yeah,
or
D.
so.
Has not been
D.
otherwise.
D.
No. Maybe about 10.
The insured.
Other
right.
than death benefits.
They say other than death benefits. So there's a suggestion there that the insured is not dead yet.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see if we are right. And that's correct.
It's correct.
It's correct. Can you read the explanation?
Payments for loss of life benefits are to be made to the designated beneficiary If no beneficiary has been named, payment proceeds are to be paid to the deceased insurance estate. Claims other than death benefits are to be paid to the insured or the insurance estate, unless otherwise assigned by the insured.
Mr. Valentine, before you move over, can you scroll it up again? It spooked me quite a bit, and a phone call came in too. Let me turn my phone off.
That's okay.
Okay, under the health insurance policy, benefits other than death benefits. Benefits other than death benefits that have not otherwise been assigned will be okay. Just reading between the line now, what he's saying.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Other than death
If
benefits.
death
meaning-
benefits were included, it means it will go to the beneficiary.
Yes.
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 Correct. So we are learning. We are learning. We're learning. All right. Lady Olua from Georgia, can you read this one for us?
An insured has endured multiple surgeries and hospitalizations for an illness during the last few months. Our insurer no longer bills her for medical expenses. Which of the following allows for that? A, maximum loss. B, grace period. C, waiver of premium. And D, stop loss limit.
All right, this is a tricky one.
D.
Loss.
Stop loss.
D,
I'll say
stop
D.
loss. Stop loss.
At least we can take out B and C. B and C are
I
out.
took a D.
D.
All right, let's go with that.
Yes, because
we will learn.
Okay.
That's correct.
So a stop loss limit is a specified dollar amount beyond which the insured no longer participates in the sharing of expenses.
Yes.
Very, very true. Let's go to the next one. Miss Tina, can you read this one? Before you read, Miss Tina, there's somebody with a Samsung SMF9. Who is that person?
I don't know. Samsung.
There's somebody whose name I haven't called who is on. The person is flying under the radar. The person is flying incognito.
That's a big word.
All right. I'll send them a message privately to ask them who they are. So
all right.
Go ahead, Christina. Yes.
Under the mandatory uniform provision notice of claim, the first notice of injury or sickness covered under an accident and health policy must contain A statement that is sufficient, clear to identify the insured and the nature of the claim. B, a statement from the insured employer showing that the insured was unable to work. C, a complete physician statement. D, an estimate of the total amount of medical and hospital expenses for the loss. I think the answer is A.
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 All right, let's see if that is correct. I want to make a comment after we click submit. Okay. Ms. Tina, read the explanation, then I'll make my statement.
Okay, the insurance code requires that each policy must include written notice of claim must be given to the insurer within 20 days after the occurrence or commencement of any loss covered by the policy, or as soon thereafter as it is reasonable possible.
All right. So this is my little, let me digress a little bit.
Okay.
When you read a question like this and you read the answer, you have to, in a lot of ways, appreciate the evolution which a society like the United States has gone through. Because we immigrants, sometimes we come and we take certain things for granted. Sometimes it makes us underappreciate the formative evolution of this society.
Well said.
If you read a question like this, you have to then, between the lines, understand how much this society has evolved to an extent where they've developed rules to address specific things based on specific experiences. Because these rules come out of experiences that people have with the healthcare system. They come out of challenges or disputes that go on trial.
Yes.
And then they litigate those disputes. And based on the ruling and the standing or holding of those rulings, a holding is just what is the legal modus operandi, where that ruling is coming from. And then they form laws like this, where they say,
what you call public policies.
Public policies, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't exist in Africa.
That's the point I was trying to make. And that
yes,
our own societies in Africa will evolve. We are evolving slowly. But it starts from having, and Nigeria has that now. A lot of South African countries are beginning to have that. South Africa, Ghana, where you have a constitution. First of all, you have a constitution in a society. And then everything is litigated based on the litmus test of that constitution. And when a rule is established, then you start having laws or provisions like this that meet the litmus test of that constitution, which speaks to the reasonability of situations. So when you read something like this, then you really appreciate how much a society like the United States has evolved. I could go a little bit into that, but you know, even if you read laws like separate but equal, you know, that was litigated in the Brown v. Board case, where previously in the United States, schools were segregated. Blacks and whites had to drink from different fountains, go to different schools. That came out of a law like from 1860, separate but equal. That said it's okay for blacks and whites to go to different schools, until a pastor in Topeka, Kansas, who was living up beyond the train tracks, and our pastor was in the close to the white area of town, but had to bus his child to the black area of town because of that law, separate is equal. And that case was called Brown v. Board. And they litigated it up to the Supreme Court. And it overturned a 100-year law that was separate was equal, that nullified separate was equal. And Brown v. Board became the law of the land. So when we live in this society and we have a lot of the freedoms that exist, they've gone through litigations and fine-tuning and refining to the extent that they sit down into rules like this within healthcare policies that empower the insurer as well as empower the insured as well. Let me not digress too much, but when I read this, I just appreciated the depth of it. And
Valley?
Yes.
And if you could move on, it adds to, I'm glad that you named Africa, and it comes to accountability.
Correct.
If you look beyond healthcare, if you go to like doing your nails, the person that is doing your nail has a license.
Correct.
You go to even working as a CNA in a nursing home, cleaning shit, you have a license.
Correct.
It all comes to accountability.
Correct.
Yes.
You know, laws that will hold you accountable to what you're doing.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well said, sister.
Yes, exactly.
Well said.
Yeah.
Very
You know, this is why there needs to be public policies. That has to be methodologies in Africa. We can't keep doing things because that's how we did it in the past.
Correct.
You know, for those of us who are going to go back and improve things, please remember these kinds of discussion when we have to go back to, if they will really allow us to help them make things better.
Exactly.
Correct. All right. After that little pep talk or that little digression, and thanks for your contributions, Pastor Dr. Desmond and Geraldine. Thanks for your contributions. Geraldine, you want to read this one for us?
Sure. Under an individual disability policy, the minimum in capital schedule of time is in which claim payments must be made to an insured is A, within 45 days, B, monthly, C, weekly, D, bi-weekly.
Okay. So this is kind of interesting. They didn't talk about maximum, they talk about minimum.
Yeah. So maybe monthly.
Monthly.
It's monthly.
I'll say C and D.
Monthly.
We have
It's
to
B.
remember. There's one thing that we have to remember. We're talking about disability policy.
Ability.
Disability
So
policy.
disability policy occurs due to disability that makes you unable to perform your job.
Yes.
Job.
And so that minimum amount of time must somehow reasonably rhyme to how often people are being paid when they work.
Okay, maybe bi-weekly then.
So which one, like somebody said, is either C or D?
Or D.
Yeah, either C or D. Yeah.
So let's pick one and then we will.
Let's go with
It must be bi-weekly then, because most people receive their salary bi-weekly.
All right.
So bi-weekly.
Let's go with bi-weekly and we'll see.
Okay, I was thinking.
Don't forget it is. Don't forget.
Yeah, but
Don't forget it says minimum.
That's right. Let's look at so it's monthly.
Monthly.
It's
Oh.
monthly. I know it was
It's
monthly
monthly.
because there was no bi-weekly. It has always been monthly.
Yeah,
Correct.
disability is monthly.
Because Social Security disability pays you every month.
Every month. It's
So
monthly.
how could they cut the check several times a month? That the cost would be astronomical to them.
Correct. Well, let me digress a little bit. So when I first came to this country, I had an uncle who owned a heavy highway construction company in Lincoln, Nebraska. FYI to you, Mr. Olu Watosin. We ran a construction company in Lincoln, Nebraska. And one thing that I realized is that in the construction industry, heavy highway construction, they paid the employees weekly. And I used to wonder why. Why is it that they pay these guys weekly? And that is part of the reason is that construction is so hard that they need to keep giving them that incentive to come back, you know? So they pay construction workers weekly, you know? And usually when they pay these guys, they'll pay them on Friday. By Wednesday, because I worked for the company, I ran payroll and all of that. By Wednesday, they'll be coming back to borrow some money.
Of course.
Because a lot of these construction workers, they gamble, they have child support, they have, so before you know it, they are coming back on Wednesday to borrow money so that you can garnish their paychecks on Friday. So I just thought that was very interesting. That was an experience I had a long time ago when I just came to the United States. So, yeah. But we know that here is monthly. So let's remember that for the exam, you know, it's monthly here. So, but we missed just one and we learned a lot. So, so let's go to our next, the next one.
Chapter 8, right?
Chapter 8, yeah, social insurance. After taking such diligent time to go through these chapters, all of us must be able to go past this exam.
Yes.
I mean, when I'm studying it, I'm almost feeling like I need to go take this exam again, you know? Yeah.
Right.
I wish you could take it for us.
I wish they had a lifeline where if you had a problem, call your lifeline. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't even
Sir,
talk.
I was wondering if I missed some classes
Mhm.
because the last time I joined, which was on Wednesday, I think we stopped at life insurance. So I'm surprised we're at chapter 8 in health.
No, you left early. Remember?
You left it.
Is that
Mhm.
Tina speaking? You left early.
No,
No,
not me.
it's not Tina speaking. It's Lola.
Oh,
It's
really?
Lola. Lola, you
Oh.
left early that day, right?
Someone
No.
left early.
I did not. I joined through my phone, but I was there to the end of time.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so this one, Medicare. This is about Medicare.
Mhm.
Well, this is
Maybe
about social
insurance.
insurance.
Oh,
But
well,
it
they call
starts,
it social insurance.
yeah, it starts with
Oh, I didn't
Medicare.
know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Medicare is part of social insurance. Medicare,
Social
Medicaid,
security,
Social
this,
Security,
Mhm.
all of them. They are part of social insurance. So,
Okay.
Mr. Valentine, I might be leaving us too in a while.
okay.
Okay, but I will connect, but I might not make it contribute or say anything. I might just connect to listen to the questions, but I
That's
might not
okay.
be able to say anything. Okay, thank you.
That's okay. Appreciate you joining for this while. We know sometimes duty calls. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. So here, let's just highlight some of these things regarding Medicare. Remember, Medicare is a federal program. Medicare is a federal insurance program. Remember also that Medicare covers people from age 65. Covers people from age 65. Whenever you see a question where in the answers you see that age 65, they will ask questions about Medicare or about payment of things or qualifying for certain insurance. Whenever you see that age 65, let that draw your attention that that is possibly the answer. That age 65. Very, very important. Okay. So,
Well,
all right. Remember this kidney failure. Okay. Kidney failure.
Instead.
Kidney failure will lead people to qualify for Medicare even before the age 65.
Mhm.
All right. So they will test on this regarding Medicare. When it comes to long-term care, they will test you to see if you understand that Alzheimer's is a guaranteed coverage under long-term care. That's a disease that is guaranteed coverage under long-term care. For Medicare, they will test for you to understand that having permanent kidney failure will lead you to qualify for Medicare even before age 65. Okay. So there are 4 parts of Medicare: Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part. Yes.
Valley, I want to take you back. You skipped the second one, which is very important.
All
You will
right.
see some people as young as 26 disabled. They're on Medicare.
Correct.
Remember that.
Yeah, people who are on Social Security disability. Yes.
Yeah.
They will qualify for Medicare as well. Thank you, Geraldine, for pointing that out. Yeah. So, and you must have been entitled to Social Security disability for 2 years. You know, yeah. So remember these little nuances with the basics. Part A, hospital insurance financed through payroll tax. Remember that there's an enrollment period. And when you turn 65, if you turn 65 out of the enrollment period, you can still be enrolled. So Part C is about Medicare Advantage. Part C is about Medicare Advantage, you know. Allows for receipt of healthcare services through available provider organizations. So Part D of Medicare talks about prescription drug coverage. So Part C, Medicare Advantage. Part D, prescription drug coverage. Initial enrollment period when an individual becomes eligible for Medicare starting 3 months before turning 65. So let's say if the registration period starts in November and they are already 65, 3 months before that, they will be able to register. You know, the enrollment period, say general enrollment period is between January 1st and March 31st.
Yes.
So it's a 3-month enrollment period.
1st of March, 31st.
Okay, it's a special enrollment period at any time during the year if the individual or their spouse is still employed and covered under a group health plan. So, so you'll see most insurance policies will list guaranteed coverage or guaranteed insurability or guaranteed renewal until age 65. And that is because Medicare will kick in there. Optional offer, Part B. Part B Medicare is optional. It's offered to everyone who enrolls in Part A. So you don't have to have Part B, but it's, you know, it's optional. It covers doctor services, outpatient hospital services, home health visits, other medical and health services, prescription drugs, outpatient treatment and mental illness, yearly wellness. In the exam, you will not really have testing on these details, but it's good to know it. It's good to know it. Part C, Medicare Advantage requires enrollments in Part A and B. So you have to be enrolled in Part A and B to have the Medicare Advantage, which is Part C, provided by an approved health maintenance organization or preferred provider organizations. HMOs and PPOs. HMOs and PPOs are the ones who provide Medicare Part C. Part D is prescription drug coverage, optional coverage through private prescription plans that contract with Medicare. They say primary, secondary payer. So for individuals for Medicare coverage who continue to work, the employer health plan would be the primary coverage, while Medicare would be the secondary. So if you are still working beyond age 65 and you have insurance at your place of work, group insurance, then your group insurance will be the primary coverage, while Medicare will be secondary coverage. So you have both insurance plans, unless Trump has something to do with that. So he wants to change everything. So Medicare supplement policies. Pay attention to what Medicare supplement policies are. Pay attention to what Medicare supplement policies are. They are basic supplement policies, which they are referred to as Medigap. You know, Medigap, policies issued by private insurance companies to fill gaps in Medicare. So things that Medicare doesn't cover, Medigap will cover. Coverage Plan A in the supplement policies covers core benefits such as co-insurance, co-payment, additional Part A hospital costs, hospice care co-insurance, Part B co-insurance, co-payment, 3 pins of blood. Pay attention to that, to that 3 pins of blood. Pay attention to that 3 pins of blood, you know, that Medicare will cover you for the first 3 pins of blood under Part A and Part B. Pay attention to that. So for coverage Part B, for supplement policies, they will cover you for the core benefits and various additional benefits. Medicaid. Remember that Medicaid is a state-managed program. Medicaid is a state-managed program, and it is also means tested. It's for people who cannot afford or whose incomes are beneath a certain poverty line. So if your income is beneath a certain poverty line, you qualify for Medicaid. Medical care for those whose income and resources are insufficient, federal and state funded. It's funded by the federal and the state government, but it's managed by the state government. Medicaid is managed by the state government, funded by federal and state. Okay. OASDI, which is the real name for Social Security, stands for Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance. Oh, that's the real name for Social Security. old age survivors, and disability insurance.
Insurance.
Remember that if you are in this country, so long as you fully qualify for Social Security, even if you move to Africa, they will still pay your Social Security. They will still pay your Social Security. Provide disability income benefits. Individuals must meet proper insured status, definition of disability, and waiting period requirements. Qualifications for disability benefits. Remember that to qualify for disability, which is Social Security disability, the individuals must have earned 40 work credits. 40 work credits. And remember, each quarter in a year equals to 1 credit. 1 year equals to 4 credits. 10 years equals to 40 credits. So 10 years of full-time work equals to be, you are fully insured for Social Security as well as for Social Security disability. There's a 5-month waiting period. They will usually test about that 5-month waiting period. So pay attention to that. 5-month waiting period for this Social Security disability to kick in. You know.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
If for the last 30 years I've been self-employed, is there a way I can pay, is there a way they pay into this Social Security?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
When you
file your taxes, they calculate Social Security as well.
Okay.
Yep. Good question.
You need to talk to qualified accountant to show you what to do, ma'am.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking. I was just thinking. I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
I'm just asking for a friend. I'm thinking out of my mind.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question is that must it be 10 consecutive years, or it doesn't matter as long as you earn the 40 credits?
No, it's not. It's cumulative. It's not consecutive.
Okay.
It's cumulative. So, yeah, it's cumulative. All right. So let's go to the chapter quizzes here. All right. So 1 of 15. Florence, can you read this for us?
Because I'm driving, so.
While you're driving, Florence, who is your SMD? I don't know if Cordelia is a SMD. Florence, who is your SMD? Who is your senior marketing director? Okay. She's
Not
driving,
quite sure
so
yet.
let's not distract her too much.
Yeah, she's driving.
All right. Lola, can you read this one for us?
If an individual already receives Social Security disability benefits, what would they need to do to qualify for Medicare Part A once they reach age 65? The first option A is nothing. B, apply for coverage through the state. C, submit a physical examination to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And D, apply for coverage through the Social Security Administration. So if an individual already receives Social Security disability benefit, they already have that person in their system.
Yeah. I think A, nothing.
Yeah, they do nothing because by 62, they already converted him to Social Security.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we're right.
Yeah, we are right.
You're already receiving the benefits.
All right. So that's very correct.
Mm-hmm.
Do nothing. You want to read that explanation below?
Nothing
needs to be done in this.
Who's supposed to answer the question? Is it me or her? Because I was the one reading.
That's okay. Go ahead and read.
Nothing needs to be done in this case. If an individual already received Social Security disability benefit, they automatically qualify for Medicare Part A and Part B after turning 65.
Correct. So good coverage there. Miss Foluke, can you read this one?
Which of the following is an additional benefit covered in Medicare Supplement Plans B through N? a Medicare Part A deductible, foreign travel emergency benefit, C, skilled nursing facility co-insurance, and D, Medicare Part B deductible. Which of the following is an additional benefit covered in Medicare supplement plans B through N? I'll go with D.
Okay.
I'll go with A.
Okay.
You already on Medicare? Medicare?
No. All right. So somebody said D, somebody said A. Let's go with D and C. I think C might be an option as well, but let's see.
Oh.
Ah,
The answer.
A is
It
the
helps to
answer.
pay for your supplement.
Okay. All right. So let's remember that. Which of the following is an additional benefit covered in Medicare supplement plans B through N? Medicare Part A deductible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. There's no deductible in Part A.
Oh, there is. Oh, there is. Believe me.
That's what
They
it said.
automatically assign you to Part A. They automatically assign you to Part A, and it's only Part B that you make. Part B comes, and that's where the deductible comes. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I thought they're doing with me
that's
now.
why it says additional.
Additional, that's why you have supplements. You have supplements because A and B, they do have deductibles. It just depends what you sign up for. Believe me, I have patients that come every day and they say, I don't know why my copay for my medicine is $1,500. I didn't sign up for that. But
Pastor Desmond, there's a quote I have that says, if a fish comes out of water and tells you that crocodiles now speak, who are you to argue? So Gerald,
I'm a living witness of Medicare because I'm in it now.
Ah, okay. Okay.
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm confused because Part A doesn't have any deductible. It's only when they sign you first got Part A, and automatically qualify for Part B, and that's where the deductible comes. I'm surprised.
Yeah, this is
my brother. There's so much about this thing that we don't understand. Believe me, even the white people.
I don't know what they're saying. I'm only paying the deductible in Part B.
Correct.
So
well,
I don't know.
We have a robust discussion between two experts, one professional, one out of use and experience. But let's just go with this. What this
yeah, that's what they say. So we're gonna go. We'll answer that when they ask us that.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So, all right. Let's go to the next one. Our good friend from Georgia, Miss Olua. Can you read this one for us?
Okay. All of the following statements about Medicare Part B are correct except A, it is financed by tax revenue. B, it is a compulsory program. C, it is financed by monthly premium. D, it covers services and supplies not covered by Part A.
Okay. So there are two answers. They say all of the following are statements about Medicare Part B that are correct, except. So when they say except, we already know that 3 are correct and 1 is not.
I didn't know I was muted. I was screaming B.
Okay.
Compulsory program too.
I'm not sure it's a compulsory program, but at a certain age, you can qualify.
That's what she's saying, except. So it's not compulsory.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
All right. So let's see what all of the following are. So let's see the statements about Part B that are correct. It's financed by tax revenues, true.
No.
It covers services and supplies not covered by Part A, true.
True.
These ones we know to be true. So the answer is between B and C. that it's a compulsory program and that is financed by monthly premium. So what do we think?
B.
Well, I think A is the answer. I don't know.
I think B is the answer.
Okay, let's see. I say A. You say B.
There are premium, yes, premium is paid by, okay, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, let's go.
I don't think it's is it compulsory? You join.
Yeah,
How come they tell you to sign up for A and B before you get the other ones?
Okay, so which one do we settle on?
I said A, I don't know. But we can take it too. I don't...
No, it cannot be A because A
Cannot be A.
A is financed by federal tax
Federal,
revenue.
It means
yes,
Uncle Sandra is taking your money and telling you when they will give it back to you. That's it.
Correct.
You pay deductible. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Or maybe C. Either B or C.
The Medicare Part B is
Let's just
I
optional.
said B is the answer. I think B. I don't know.
Is optional, and if you
individual
don't join,
premiums.
if you don't join when when they offer you Medicare Part A,
No, they
then
want
you
you to
pay an interest or an interest rate or something. So it's not
It's-
compulsory; it's optional.
So it's B.
But let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, let's just pick some for the sake
let's
of
pick one.
learning.
I say.
Yes.
All
I
right.
think B is the right answer because you
But
pay
the question
monthly
is,
premium.
do we pay a premium for Medicare Part B?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
All Medicare, they do pay
individual
premiums.
premium.
Yes,
All
they
right.
do pay premiums.
That's individual
They
premium,
do.
yes.
All right. So
They
it's
do. Yes.
most likely B
Yeah.
here. So
They do pay premiums. That I know.
that's
Yeah.
and that's
See?
correct.
No
Yeah,
compulsory.
you were right.
Yep. And
Remember
that's
the question that talks about individual premium and federal tax dollars.
Yeah, because think about it, it's your money. If you think about all this, is the government that came down with this law, they take your money. So it all has to be tied with the federal government. Whether it's
Okay.
tax dollar, whatever, it's the federal government. Taxes or whatever it is, it's the federal government.
Compulsory.
Yeah.
correct.
It's financed by tax revenue.
The federal government, yeah.
All right. So 4 of 15 here. Desmond, can you read this one? Or Pastor Desmond, can you read this one?
It's okay. I'm a student today, so I'm Desmond. All of the following are terms about Medicare supplement insurance policies are correct, except this exception is really bothering me.
Yeah, me too.
A, they supplement Medicare benefits. B, they are issued by private insurers. C, they cover Medicare deductible and co-payments. D, they cover the cost of extended nursing home care.
I'll say B is the answer. Because the only time you see private
Except.
insurance is only when you come to Part D, D as David for prescriptions.
Okay.
Supplement, Medicare supplement is that the part the one you get but C and D, right?
Yeah,
That's
monthly.
the supplement. Okay. Okay, let's see what you say, sir.
Give me a quick, just give me a quick 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Just 1 quick minute.
Okay.
Of the following statement about Medicare supplement.
The word supplement there
Except
is
to
what gives
supplement
it in.
Medicare benefits. They are issued by private insurance. Yeah. They cover Medicare deductibles and co-pays. They cover the cost of extended nursing home.
If
Okay.
you look at the supplement statement of Medicare supplement, wouldn't it be closer to A? Because they supplement Medicare benefits.
Yeah. They
They
say
say except.
They said
Oh,
except.
okay. Thank you. See, this exception is
Issued by private insurance. Yeah.
yes.
They cover Medicare deductible and co-payments. They cover the cost of extended nursing care. Yeah, I had problem on this.
This exam is just too tricky. All those
Yeah,
answers
they just want to get you.
just man,
Yeah.
it just
So I have to.
You know, those of us coming from Africa, this multiple choice thing is not. This is not how we studied.
Exactly.
Let them give us a piece of paper for us to write about Medicare supplement. We will write about Medicare
Write
supplement.
it here.
Yes, we'll write. Not to bring 5 questions that all look and sound alike now.
And when they put except, then you don't know, you're stuck.
Just throws you up.
All of the following statements about Medicare supplement insurance are correct, except supplement Medicare benefits. Okay, they are issued by private insurance. Yes, cover Medicare deductible and co-pays. They
The
cover
private insurers administer part
Medic supplement. BD.
All right. Which one did we arrive at a common consensus here?
we are thinking about B for boy.
I think they are assured by private insurance.
Barrister Valentine, do you
But
think differently?
the supplement Medicare, they are issued by private insurance.
Yeah,
So,
they are assured by.
Okay.
so we don't know which one.
I can say D. I don't know. I don't know if they cover nursing home expenses.
I think B. I think C. Choose one answer and see if you are wrong or right, Joe.
They cover Medicare deductible. I'll do B. I'll do C. Well, I don't know.
But C is right. They do cover Medicare
right.
deductible and co-payment.
They cover it. And then I was
They
thinking
supplement
about
Medicare
D.
benefit.
Let me go with A and then we'll learn.
Okay.
Okay.
It's D.
It's D.
D, yeah. It's D.
Tina, you're right. They cover the cost of extended nursing home
They
care.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So can the person who read the question, can you read the explanation?
Medical supplements. Medical.
Okay, I can read for
Yeah, go ahead, Pastor Desmond.
Medicare supplement policies, Medigap, do not cover the cost of extended nursing home care, because that was the exception, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Medigap plans are designed to fill the gap in coverage attributed to Medicare's deductibles, co-payments, requirements, and benefit periods. These plans are issued by private insurance companies. Yeah, that was why we were looking at B part. That's the confusion, though, which is true. That because that was the exception.
We are learning. We are learning. Yeah. Ms. Geraldine, can you read this one?
Okay. Concerning Medicare Part B, which statement is incorrect? A, it provides partial coverage of medical expenses not fully covered by A. B, it is known as medical insurance. C, it offers limited prescription coverage. D, it is fully funded by Social Security taxes.
It's not fully funded by
So,
Social Security taxes.
Yeah. It's not fully.
I want to say C.
No, C. No, well, C, it does cover prescriptions. It covers diabetic supplies like test strips and
What is
machine
D
and
that
whatnot.
covers
And
prescription? But
kidney, if
anyway,
you have a kidney transplant, they will cover your medication if you have kidney transplant. So it cannot be C.
prescription drug.
Yeah. So it cannot be C.
All right. So is it you guys said that you pay premiums for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you pay premiums for them, can you pay premiums and then still say that it is fully funded by Social
That's
Security
why
tax?
I'm
It's not
asking.
fully. That's what I chose D.
Not fully, yeah, I
All
know.
right. Let's go with D and C.
D is answer.
And that's correct.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see that premium now? See the answer. Part B is funded by monthly premiums and from general revenues from the federal government.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Very true.
Not fully.
Very true. All right. Good stuff. Oluwatosin, can you read this one, please? If not, is Elizabeth still there?
a Medicare Select policy does all of the following except, we gotta keep going, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry that
go
I have
ahead,
to jump
Pastor
in.
Desmond.
A Medicare Select policy does all of the following except A, provide for continuum of coverage in the event that Medicare Select policies are discontinued due to the failure of the Medicare Select program. B, make full and fair disclosure in writing of the provisions, restrictions, and limitations of the Medicare Select policy in each applicant. C, provide payment in full coverage under the policy for covered services not available through network providers. D, provides payment for regularly covered services if provided by non-network providers. Okay.
I haven't heard of this Medicare Select. I don't know. I don't think I have come across it.
Medicare Select is also the one that is offered by Part Select after
Like
Part
the
B.
Medicare Advantage.
That's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So there's an except here.
Maybe A.
Yeah, but Olu, I think when I read that, because it's saying provide continuation of coverage in the event that Medicare Select policy that is continued due to failure of Medicare Select. So it's kind of incoherent. So let's choose that and see. Oh, they say no.
Probably.
Prohibit payment for regular services if provided by non-network providers. Olua, can you read the explanation below?
A Medicare Select policy issued in this state must not restrict payment for covered services provided by non-network providers. If the services are for symptoms requiring emergency care and it is not reasonable to obtain such services through a network provider.
Okay.
So what's the answer then?
The answer is
prohibit
D.
D.
Prohibit payment for regularly covered services if provided by non-network providers.
I'm sorry to say the whole of this Medicare thing, because I was qualified about 2 years ago, is the whole thing is just a scam to me. That's my, and that's why I didn't even like that topic at all when I was studying.
Yeah, there have been so many issues with it.
I hear you, Big Sis. I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how many patients that come in. I work in the pharmacy, but they are as lost as anything that you can imagine in this world. Believe me, I hear you 100%.
Wow. Now
There's
we have
always
somebody.
confusion
We have
there.
somebody who joined. Patricia, where did you join from? Which city?
Sister Pat is incognito.
Patricia.
Patty. Call her Patty. Maybe that's what they call her.
Patricia joined. All right. So, Patricia, can you hear me? All right. Maybe she will acknowledge herself later. So, yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one. Question 7 of 15 here. Elizabeth, can you read this one? Oh, yeah, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Which of the following is not covered under Part B of a Medicare policy? A. Physician's expenses. B. Lab services. C. Routine dental care. And D. Home health care.
What are we?
I'm thinking C.
Okay, now I
D.
can see it. Which of the following is
C.
not covered?
C. I'm thinking C.
C.
Not covered under B.
Lab service.
Medicare. Physician expense, lab, routine dental. Yeah. Oh, yeah. C.
I'm going with D.
It said which of them is not covered is routine dental care. Oh, no. It's not.
I'm kicking D out because when you have these people that have home health care, right? Who did they bill?
Medicare.
You hear about Medicare, Medicaid fraud.
Yeah, Medicare.
Yeah, when you hear about Medicare fraud with the African brothers, who did they bill from home health?
Yeah.
I'm thinking the C, that you can have a dental insurance.
C. Medical D doesn't cover medical insurance. Oh, it's not covered. Oh, under B.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's a C. Dental.
Okay. Are you sure it's not D?
Oh, well.
Let's see. We can learn.
D doesn't cover it. Yeah, it doesn't cover dental.
Okay, let's see. You guys were right. It's C.
Yeah.
So it covers dental from an accident only.
Yes.
Wow, this thing is complicated.
I know
It is
very complicated. I'm on it still. It's bad to understand.
Okay. Number 8 here. Let's see. Miss Tina, can you read this one for us?
All of the following individuals may qualify for Medicare health insurance benefit except A healthy person age 65, B, a person age 45 who has a permanent kidney failure, C, a retired person age 50, D, a person under 65 who is receiving Social Security disability.
C is the answer.
C
is the answer.
C
is the answer.
C.
So A is a healthy person 65, so you qualify.
You qualify already, yes.
Yeah, B is 45 and has a kidney problem. Remember, if you have a kidney transplant, you can qualify.
Yes.
B, C, retired person 50, no. D,
Can qualify.
Yes, D, a person that is 65 who is already receiving Social Security disability. We had this
Has
one.
qualified already.
Yeah, so C is the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. This is it. Under current federal laws, any of the described persons could qualify for Medicare except for individuals under age 65 who have no special circumstances. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are learning Pastor Desmond, you want to read this one?
Once the person meets the stringent requirement for disability benefit under Social Security, how long is the waiting period before any benefits will be paid? 90 days, A, 90 days, B, 12 months, C, benefit will be paid immediately, D, 5 months, 5 months, D.
5 months, yeah.
Yes, 5 months.
All right.
Good question.
Maybe
Yeah,
A.
fine.
It could be A.
5 months.
90 days.
Could be A. Oh, wow.
D, 5 months.
Wow.
Remember, it's 5 months.
5 months waiting period.
Yes.
Yes.
You know how I know? That's what happened to me.
From experience. Under Social Security disability benefits, the person will have to wait 5 months before any benefits will be paid. Actual benefit payments start with the 6-month disability. So,
and the first payment you get is $55, $255. The initial payment for qualifying.
Okay. 5 more to go. 5 more to go.
Yeah,
Tina, you want to read that one for us?
okay. Hospice care is intended for people in need of acute care.
Yes.
Terminal illness. C, the caregiver. D, home health visits.
B.
Terminal illness.
Terminal illness.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. So, under certain conditions, hospital insurance can help pay for hospice care for terminally ill insured if the care is provided by a Medicare certified hospice. Okay. Yeah. All right. 11 here. Ms. Geraldine, you want to read this one?
Sure. If a person is disabled at age 27 and now meets the Social Security's definition of total disability, how many work credit must the person have earned to receive the benefit? We said 4 for 1 year. They have to meet 40, which is 10 years, will be B.
Okay.
Right.
That's correct. Well,
So pay attention to the explanation that
this person is
I'm
27
going
years
to
old,
give.
though.
If a person is disabled at age 27 and meets the Social Security's definition of total disability, how many work credits must the person have earned to receive disabilities? Let me tell you guys how it's calculated.
Okay.
Pay attention. Because that person has not attained the full age, all right, at age 27, the government requires them to have been working for only 6 years.
Oh, okay.
From 21.
They're assuming that they start working at age 21.
It's 21.
And because it's early qualification, they require them to have worked for only they require them to have worked for only 50% of every year. So at 27, they should have worked for 6 years. Each year is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 50% of 24 is what?
It's
12.
12.
We could have all failed that one.
If I need to explain that, tell me again and I will.
That's so
wow.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Explain again,
So they say persons disabled between ages 24 and 31 can qualify for benefits if they have credit for having worked half of the time between age 21 and the start of the disability. For example, if a person becomes disabled at 27, they would need 12 credits for or 3 years worth out of the 6 years, out of the prior 6 years between age 21 and 27.
21. Wow.
Now we passed that one.
Oh, yeah, we.
So, Vali, could you explain the 4 credit hour thing? Where does that work in a normal person? Let's say, how does that fit?
For a normal person, for you to receive full Social Security, you must have worked for 40, you must have earned 40 credits.
Okay.
So normal full Social Security is 40 credits.
Got it.
And full credits to get Social Security disability is 40 credits.
Okay.
But for a normal person, again, because 40 credits, each quarter in a year, there are 4 quarters. Every 3 months is 1 quarter. So every 3 months that you work full time, you earn 1 credit. So for each year, it's 1 credit times 4, which is 4 credits. So you need to work for 10 years full time to qualify for full Social Security,
Credit for
which is
that's 40.
4 times 10, which is 40 credits.
40 credits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Let's go to the next one, 12 here. I know Vivian is out. Let's go to, is Florence there? Where Florence is driving?
I'm here.
All right, Florence, you want to go ahead and read this one for us?
Which of the following statements concerning Medicare Part B is correct? It pays 100% of Medicare standard for reasonable charges. B, it pays on a first dollar base. C, it is provided automatically to anyone who qualifies for Part A. D, is pays for physician services, diagnostic tests, and physical therapy.
Can we call a brother? Is Desmond on the line?
I'm still here. I was thinking Part A.
I think it's C.
The answer is C.
Provides for automatically for anyone who qualifies for Part A. Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Let's go up and see. Let's go.
It says,
that's crazy.
For those, the answer is it pays for physician services, diagnostic tests, and
D.
Physician therapy. And that's
I don't want to be alone on D.
But we didn't read the question very well. I don't think we read it well.
Let's read that question again.
There's nothing about the question.
Which of the following statements concerning Medicare Part B is correct?
Yes.
The question is straightforward. It's just the more appropriate answer.
Yeah.
It's the more appropriate answer. That's it.
Yeah.
Miss Florence, I had asked you a question and you probably didn't hear me. I said, who is your SMD?
Oladokun.
Okay. Okay. And so you're under Sabina, right?
Yes.
All right. That's what I thought. Yeah. So welcome, Dr. Omotola. I know you had an assignment and you're driving someplace, so glad for you to have joined, so. But let's read this. Is for those who have purchased the coverage, Part B pays 80% of out-of-patient medical costs after a deductible has been met. Part B covers physician and outpatient hospital services and other medical and health services such as diagnostic tests and physical therapy. So 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Is Patricia there? Patricia, can you read this? Patricia, are you there? If Patricia is not there, Ms. Foluke, can you read that or read this?
So far, I've made us fail this Medicare thing, so I'll not suggest any question answer again. All of the following statements concerning Medicaid are correct, except, don't forget that's question except. So there will be 3 of them that are correct and 1 will be out. Okay. A, persons at least 65 years of age who are blind or disabled and financially unable to pay may qualify for Medicaid nursing home benefits. B, individuals claiming benefits must prove they do not have the ability or means to pay for their own medical care. C, Medicaid is a state-funded program that provides health care to persons over age 65 only.
Mm-mm.
That's
Mhm.
That's
D,
not true.
individual states design and administer the Medicaid program under broad guidelines established by the federal government.
C is the answer.
Is
D,
right. See,
Uh-huh.
So except,
Yeah. So you can to qualify for Medicaid has to be based on
except
your
is
needs. Yeah, but
is
you
C.
have to prove financially that you not qualify. So a
Yeah.
16-year-old, 18-year-old
Is
can prove that I don't have the money. But you don't
Only,
have
the
to be
word
65.
only,
mm-hmm.
that one
the word
only
only,
Yeah.
except.
is the
C.
answer.
Mm.
C
C.
is the answer.
Is the
Yeah.
answer,
C.
except
Yeah.
only there makes it the answer.
C.
C. And this is Medicaid, not Medicare.
Medicare, not
Medicare,
Medicare.
yes.
Yeah.
Medicare is 65 and above. Medicaid is based on your financial,
Stability.
what you can prove that you can
Let's submit. And
This
we're
one,
right.
I'll go to the bank with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Medicaid is a government-funded, both state and federal program designed to provide health care to poor people of all ages,
Ages.
not just 65 and
Mhm.
Five
above.
and order.
Yep. All right, so let's number 14 here. Let's go back to Ms. Olua from Georgia. Ms.
all
Olua, are you there?
I'm here. All of the following qualify for Medicare Part A, except all of the following qualify for Medicare Part A, except anyone who is over 65, not covered by Social Security, and is willing to pay premium. Anyone that qualifies through Social Security, anyone who is willing to pay a premium, anyone who is at the end stage of renal disease.
Anyone who is
D.
over 65.
Yeah, that one.
And-
Number A. Because it's except, that is the A.
Yeah, because 65, you already qualified.
Yeah.
And is willing to pay. You don't pay for that. You don't pay the doctor. You don't pay premium for it.
But look at C. Anyone who
C.
is willing to pay premium.
Yeah.
No, I think it's C. I
C.
think it's
They
C.
still put a caveat that they are
Yes.
65.
Except.
They kind of leave it
So it means
open
you're
for
16, you're
everybody.
willing to pay deductible, you qualify. No,
Yeah.
You don't pay.
you're right, Tina.
The
I
answer
think C.
All right,
I
sir.
think
Can you show us?
Yeah.
C.
All right, so,
I think C.
but you guys said that, oh, they say anyone who's willing to pay, that's definitely the answer.
Mm-hmm. So to
Correct.
pay premium.
Yeah.
Okay.
You must be age 65 and above to qualify. So
Mm-hmm.
let's go to the last one here. Pastor Desmond.
Which type of Medicare policy requires insured to use specific healthcare provider and hospital network provider, except in emergency situation?
HMO.
Which type of Medicare policy
Just late.
requires insureds to use specific healthcare provider and hospital network providers, except in emergency?
Preferred provider, maybe.
Let's eliminate.
It's not D. We know.
And it's not B either, because B Advantage covers A, B, and C. It covers
Yes.
so it's not B.
Somebody preferred.
Preferred providers, PPO.
PPO.
Mm-hmm.
Medicare Part A, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Select. This one threw me in a loop.
A.
It's
A.
A. Yeah.
Okay.
In network providers. It's A.
Preferred provider. Okay. PPO. Okay.
Which type of Medicare? Is it not the regular Medicare? Is it not the regular Medicare? Because the regular Medicare is only in terms of emergency that you can use an outside provider.
Mr. Valentine, what do you think?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I don't know what this select is, but A.
That's the Medicare Advantage.
Okay, so it's A, then preferred providers organization.
Okay, let's see. Are you going Medicare? I thought you said it's A.
All right, let me go with A and C.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
What is preferred?
Preferred, okay. They didn't say preferred providers. Yes, it's a providers.
They say what type of Medicare policy? Is preferred a Medicare policy?
No.
No.
Okay.
So it has to be either B, C, or D.
Medicare Advantage. I
I
don't know that.
Can you move that? Can you move that? Is there anything hospital? Is there any other word behind that hospital?
You can use any. Am I confusing the PPOs? You can use any provider.
Is there any word behind that hospital?
And hospital
PPO you can use inside provider, not any provider. If you are using any provider for PPO, you are going to pay extra money.
Yeah, okay, so
that'll be A.
No, I don't know.
You guys want us to do A or some other one?
D. I don't know.
No, it can't be B, because B is comprises of A, B, and C. Well, it could
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. So I will say maybe they're talking, I don't know. Preferred provider organization. If there was HMO there now, I would say.
It's not D.
It's not D.
Let's try C. Let's try C. Let's try C.
A.
Let's try C. Don't blame me if you fail it.
That's why I was saying select. What is this select?
Medicare Select. Yeah, I was thinking about Medicare Select before because we've already come across something like that.
Yeah, but what is it? I don't know. Yeah. Select, yeah.
Okay, it's for emergencies.
Select.
This is a good question to end on. And
can we read what the answer says?
Let's read it.
Medicare Select policies require insureds to use specific healthcare providers and hospitals except in emergency situations. In return, the insured pays a lower premium amounts. Pays lower premium amounts.
Select, okay. Yeah, that's why I was asking. What is this select?
Yes. So, but I'm glad we covered this chapter and we did a lot of in-depth work in it. So when you guys attack these questions, you have a broader scope of knowledge to delve into.
Yeah.
We on Wednesday, let's see where we are gonna go to. Let's submit and see what our score is.
70.
You see how hard it is. I tell you, this Medicare is so tough.
66.
Oh, impasse.
All right.
Senate of 15. Wow.
Whoa, we fell so bad. Only 10 we answer correctly.
Well, we learned a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
Sure.
Let's see. On Wednesday, we're gonna do other health concepts. So let's remember, we'll start on chapter 9.
Okay.
Yes.
What I'll advise you guys is that between now and Wednesday, go ahead and retake that exam on chapter 8.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead and
Yeah, I want to
retake.
say that then we can retake that class, that section again.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
that page.
Correct.
Didn't
And
do
then
that.
we're gonna do chapter 9 and 10.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's redo that. And for people who are ready to go take this exam, they should be getting, polished. So yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So
Ah,
all
that's
right.
good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Thank you all.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Valentine.
Thanks. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot to
everyone,
everyone. And
for bringing different insights to the
yes,
question.
we'll look forward to Wednesday again. Yep.
Okay, so
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Good night, y'all.
good
Take care.
night.
Yep. Yep.